Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to International Islamic University Islamabad School's Sahiwal Campus online lectures. This is the fourth lecture of Grade 6 English, Unit number 1, Traditional Tale, The Shield of Kindness. Dear students, we already have done 3 lectures from this unit. In the previous lecture, we started the second section from the exercise of this unit, which is language. We covered the topic of parts of speech, nouns, verbs and adjectives. We also have done some exercises from page number 11 from your student's book, and some of the exercises were given you as your homework. Some exercises from your English workbook were also given you as your homework. I hope you all have understood what we have learned in the previous lecture and have done your homework completely. If there is any ambiguity or any question in your homework, you can ask in the discussion session. Today we will move further towards the second part of the language portion from this exercise, which is nouns and noun phrases and abstract nouns. We will also cover some exercises from student's book and workbook also. So this is the lecture number 4 from your unit number 1. Dear students, before we begin, just make sure that you have your English classwork notebook, your English student's book and workbook with you, and your complete stationery should be in your hand. Listen to the teacher attentively and write down the things said by teacher in your notebook or your workbook or student's book, wherever. If you find anything difficult, just note down and wait for the discussion session. Okay. Today our first topic is nouns and noun phrases. Dear students, you already have come to know that what is a noun. Yes, noun is any word which indicates any person, place or thing. It's called noun. And what is noun phrase? First of all, question arises that what is a phrase? Dear students, phrase is a group of words which does not give any complete information but only describes or indicates a noun. This is called noun phrase. Whenever we say about the group of words, we consider it a sentence or a clause. But if a group of words does not give any complete information or complete detail about anything and it doesn't look like a complete sentence, we call it phrase. And a type of phrase which only describes a noun is called a noun phrase. Let's take some examples. First of all, example is hair. This is a noun. Hair is a noun. And if we add some words with it like long curly, it becomes long curly hair. This is a group of 3 words, but this is not a sentence or not a clause. This group of 3 words only describe about hair. So this is a noun phrase. This complete phrase only represent a noun. So this is called noun phrase. Let's move towards another example, which is, I have taken another example, apple. We can add some words like sweet red apple. This whole phrase just describes a noun, an apple. So this is also a noun phrase. Let's take another example, which is father. Father is a noun. And if we add some words like with his bag, it becomes father with his bag. This is a group of words but isn't a complete sentence and just describes a noun, which is father. Father with his bag. So this type of phrase is called noun phrase. I hope you all have understood that what is a noun phrase. You can add your own examples in the examples of noun phrases. Okay, now open your English student's book and English classwork notebook. Prepare your classwork page, please. Write date and day on the top of the page. Topic is traditional tale and subtopic is language, nouns and noun phrases. Write down the definition and examples of noun phrases in your English classwork notebook on your classwork page. Okay, let's move further towards types of nouns. Dear students, it is not very difficult for you to understand that what is a proper noun and common noun, because I hope that you all have already know that you already have learned that what is a proper noun and what is a common noun. So this is only a revision for you. Dear students, when you are writing these definitions and examples in your English classwork notebook, you are not required to draw these lines and these arrows in your classwork page. These lines are only drawn for you to understand that what is the hierarchy of these types of nouns. So you are not required to draw these lines, just write down the topic and its definition and then examples, etc. Okay, proper noun. A noun denoting the name of an individual person, place or thing. This is called a proper noun. Dear students, for example, if we take an example of noun like girl, is it the name of an individual person or place or thing? No, girl is not a name of an individual. So, this is not a proper noun. What type of noun is this? We will look further, but let's take an example for proper noun. And if I say Amna, is it the name of an individual person, place or thing? Yes, Amna is the name of an individual person. So, this is called a proper noun. Let's have some examples. Amna, Pakistan, principal office. Dear students, if we say country, is this a name of an individual person, place or thing? Country. Yes, this is a noun, but not the name of individual place. Country can be any country. This is not the name. So, this is not a proper noun. But when we say Pakistan, this is the name of an individual place. So, this is called proper noun. Principal office. This is the name of an individual place, a specific place, principal office. So, this is also a proper noun. Now, let's come towards the definition of common noun. A noun denoting the group of objects of a concept. For example, I say country. This is not the name, this is the noun which denotes a group of objects. For example, country can be any country. Every country is called a country. So, this type of nouns are called common nouns. For example, I already have taken an example, girl, which was not a proper noun. This type of nouns are called common nouns. Girl can be any girl. This is not the name of an individual, but it denotes a group of objects. Group of girl can be any girl. So this type of nouns are called common nouns. Let's have some other examples. Chair, school, girl. Dear students, chair can be any chair, but if you say principal's chair or teacher's chair, then this will become a proper noun. But when we say chair, this is a common noun. Write down these definitions and examples in your classwork page. Okay, now further we will discuss about the types of common nouns. There are too many types of common nouns. These are almost 8 to 10 types of common nouns, but in this lesson we are just going to discuss these 4 types of nouns, because these 4 types of nouns are discussed in this exercise of this unit. So we are going to discuss only these 4 types. Abstract noun, concrete noun, uncountable noun, and collective noun. Dear students, I am again saying that when you are going to write this detail, this explanation, this description in your English classwork page, you are not required to draw this like a chart. This is only for your understanding. You are just required to write down the topic and its explanation and then examples. You are not required to draw a chart like this. Okay, abstract noun. Abstract noun is a type of noun that you cannot perceive with your five senses. Dear students, there are some type of nouns which are group of some concept or some idea, or you can say some feeling that you cannot touch, you cannot see with your eye, you cannot smell them, you cannot perceive your five senses. Those type of nouns are called abstract nouns. Let's have some examples. Happiness, courage, grudge. Dear students, can you touch someone's happiness? No, you cannot touch. Happiness, of course, is a type of noun, but this is not the noun of this is not the name of a person, place, or thing, but this is an idea. This is a feeling. You cannot touch someone's happiness, you cannot see happiness, you cannot smell it, you cannot perceive with your five senses. So this type of nouns are called abstract nouns. Similarly, courage. You cannot touch someone's courage. It's a quality of a noun. It's a quality. It's a, you can say it's a spirit, a feeling. You cannot touch it, but it's a noun. So this type of nouns are called abstract nouns. Whereas concrete nouns are those you can touch, feel with your five senses. For example, chair, Annie, board. Dear students, here Annie is the name of a girl. Chair, you can touch it, you can see a chair. So this type of nouns are called concrete nouns. Uncountable nouns. This type of nouns are that you cannot count, that cannot be counted. For example, you say milk. Can you count it? Can you count milk? No, this can be measured but can't be counted. Can you count the particles of milk? Never ever. You cannot count particles of milk. So this type of nouns are called uncountable nouns. Snow. Suppose that you are standing on a mountain and snow is falling. Dear students, you look around. Can you count the snow? No, you cannot count, because snow doesn't have particles or drops. You cannot count snow. So this type of nouns are called uncountable nouns. Money. You may think that you can count money, but you actually cannot, because in a money, suppose you have some thousands in your hand. These thousands include some hundreds. These hundreds contain some tens, then some units, then some rupees, then some paisas, and then 0.1 paisa, 0.01, 0.001, 0.0001. So counting is again counting of money is again an uncountable thing. So you cannot count it also. This type of nouns are also called uncountable nouns. Collective noun. Any noun that indicates a group of objects as one whole. For example, audience, band, family, or set, or you can say friends. These type of nouns are called collective nouns. Audience. Audience is a noun that indicates some group of people which are viewing some program or something, audience of anything. So this type of nouns are called collective nouns. Band is a group of, you can say, maybe it is a musical band which includes some persons. We are not specifying that he is the vocalist, the musician. If we indicate an individual, this will not be a collective noun. But when we say a band, the band word indicates the complete group of this musical band or any band. So this type of nouns are called collective nouns. Dear students, please write down these definitions and examples in your English classwork notebook. Okay, now come to your English students book, page number 12, where the topic of nouns and nouns phrases begin. Come to the exercise number 1, and the exercise is find 6 common nouns in this story. Dear students, we have already studied the story The Shield of Kindness, and here in this exercise we are required to write down the 6 common nouns from the story. You can find too many common nouns from this story. What I have found, I have written here. You can copy these common nouns in your English classwork notebook or find your own also. I have written man, happiness, shield, hut, baby, woman. Okay. Now come to the exercise number 2. Dear students, write down exercise 1 and its solution in your English classwork page. Now come to the exercise number 2. Read out the statement of this exercise. Add words to each of your 6 nouns to make 6 noun phrases. Dear students, in the previous exercise we found some common nouns from the story, and in this exercise we are required to add some nouns, to add some words with these nouns to make them noun phrases. So I added with the first common noun man, an old man. Then the next is happiness. You can add any words with this noun to make it noun phrase. I added the family's happiness. Okay, next is shield. Shield belonged to their father. Hut, the father's hut. Baby, a cute angry baby. Woman, worried woman. I made these 6 noun phrases. You can make your own also. Then exercise 3 from nouns and noun phrases is given you as your homework. Now come to the topic of abstract nouns. We already have discussed that what are abstract nouns. Yes, this is the type of nouns which you cannot perceive with your 5 senses. For example, happiness, courage, grudge, etc. This type of nouns are called abstract nouns. Now come to the exercise 1, and the statement is, which of these nouns are abstract nouns? Here some nouns are given and you are required to identify that each of this noun is an abstract noun or not an abstract noun. First is puppy. What is a puppy? Yes, baby dog is called puppy. Baby dog, is it an abstract? No. Trust. Can you touch someone's trust? No. So this type of nouns are called abstract nouns. Yes, this is an abstract noun. Friendship. You can touch and you can see your friend, but not your friendship. So yes, this is also an abstract noun. Friend. Friend is not an abstract noun. Hat. You can wear a hat, so this is not an abstract noun. Intelligence. Can you touch or see or smell intelligence? No. So this is, intelligence is an abstract noun. Curiosity. Dear students, what does curiosity mean? Curiosity is the feeling of feeling some suspense like. So, can you touch or see curiosity? No. So, this is an abstract noun. President. Is president an abstract noun? No. Okay, now come to the exercise number 2. Use one of the abstract nouns in a sentence. Dear students, in the previous exercise we identified some abstract nouns, and in this exercise we are required to use one of these abstract nouns in our sentence. You can pick anyone. I picked trust and I made a sentence. Never break someone's trust. You can pick anyone and make its sentence. Now come to the exercise 3. Change these adjectives into an abstract noun. Dear students, did you notice that abstract nouns are very similar to the adjectives? We can make adjective from an abstract noun and an abstract noun from an adjective. So some adjectives are given here, which are honest, and its abstract noun is honesty. Another is kind, and its abstract noun is kindness. Next is good, and its abstract noun is goodness. Greedy, and its abstract noun is greediness. Happy, happiness. Brave, bravery. Dear students, write down these exercises in your English classwork notebook. Exercise 4. Use dictionary to change each of these adjectives into abstract nouns. Dear students, this is very similar to the exercise 3. So you can do this your own. So this is assigned to you as your homework. Now come to the exercise number 5. Use abstract nouns to finish these sentences. Some 2 sentences are given here, and you are required to use 3 abstract nouns for each to complete these sentences. Sentence 1 is 3 qualities I admire in people are this, this and this, and you are required to fill these blanks with the qualities that you admire in people, that you like in people, for the qualities you praise someone. And the second sentence is 3 qualities I try to avoid are this, this and this. So in the second sentence you are required to fill these 3 blanks with 3 qualities that you don't like in someone. So I filled the first sentence with honesty, kindness, bravery. Any 3 qualities that you like in someone, you can fill these blanks with those qualities. And in the sentence 2 I filled with grudge, selfishness and greed. You can fill of your own. Okay, now let's discuss your today's homework. From students book page number 12, from the section of nouns and noun phrases, solve exercise 3 on your English homework notebook, and abstract nouns exercise 4 on your English homework notebook. Next, from your workbook page number 2 and 3, exercise 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 on your workbook pages. Get your homework done by the next lesson. This is the end of your today's lesson. Good luck students. Allah Hafiz.